What's up? I actually really like the lighting today. I changed my setup again because the lighting gets too crazy where I was. So I am going to change the setting up again. This video is just basically beginners squishy collecting okay, let me restart. So what squishies I think you should start collecting. I know I recommend a lot, but I feel like it's really important because if I could start my squishy life over, I would. Because there's a lot that I didn't really like, but I have a lot that I really like now. So I'm going to recommend a couple for you, like a couple squishy shops or a couple squishy licensings that I do think that you guys should try out if you haven't already. Alright, so to start, I have all my licensed squishies right here, at least most of them, for Sanrio. So we're going to start with a Hello Kitty donut. If you haven't gotten one already, I do recommend them because they're all super nice. I didn't technically go to Claire's and pick this one out. I just bought it over the internet and it still came really, really squishy. So I did like this one. And I don't know, I mean, if you guys like Sanrio, I do recommend them. Any Sanrio, like jaggery breads, Danishes, like the sweets collection. Like I have the 2 Danishes technically. Like it all depends. A cake roll, whatever you want. Or the mascots, it depends on what you want. Second, besides Sanrio, is Silly Squishies. Yay! Okay, so Silly Squishies, it took me forever to actually order from them, but when I did, I was really happy with everything. So this one is one of my favorites, like everyone knows on my channel. They know that this one is one of my favorites because it is super squishy, it is really big, it was like $15, it was like half price, still is. I always check the website just to see. So I do like this one. I have like all these licensed by Silly Squishies, and they all have really nice licensing. They're all really in good condition. All of the Silly Squishies that I have are very defect free. They're very soft and squishy. So I do recommend, if you are going to buy like from a squishy shop, I do recommend Silly Squishies if you want to go cheaper. They're not the cheapest, but they are pretty cheap. Next, I'm going to go a little bit higher up with the rest of these squishies, so just keep that in mind. Next are Polies. Now, I have 2 here, but these are the ones that I just received. They're in one of my other packages. They're probably down below of this video, if not already. Now, I didn't really think I was going to get any more Poly stuff, just because technically I didn't really like what I first got when I licensed. Like, my first licensed Poly squishy I didn't really like. So I did want to kind of restart on that, and honestly, if you're going to get any Poly squishies, I think you should try these squishy bun, like head, nano Poly head bun? No, nano Poly head bun. They all smell really good, and they're very soft. Like, need I say more? I don't know. These were really soft, and they came in a grab bag, so I don't technically know how much they were, but I mean, this one was at least close to $20 at least. I mean, because I did look at their website. Everybody's website's different, so just keep that in mind. Next is Creamy Candy. Now, I only have one technically licensed by Creamy Candy, but I am going to collect like pretty much all of these if I can at one point or another. So this one is really nice too because I don't know, I've squished it like non-stop since I've received it, and I love it so much. It literally smells, it doesn't smell like melon anymore, it kind of smells like Laffy Taffy. Like it kind of interchanged. But these are pretty like small, like they're the palm of your hand. But they're very airy and very soft, and I do love the actual resealable packaging. These are all the ones you can collect technically. So I do like that one. So Creamy Candy is another one. Next are Eye Blooms. Now everyone knows that I love my Eye Bloom Jumbo Squishies like to death. I would die for them. So personally, if you're going to buy from iBloom or get something from iBloom, I do recommend a very high up jumbo squishy, just because if you're going to go big or go home. That's all. That is like my biggest thing. And honestly, guys, money is a big thing, a big part of squishy collecting. So I don't want anybody to take it personal when I say that like they're a premium and if you can't afford them, just don't bother. I don't mean to be mean when I say that, but if you really don't have the money to do squishies, like if you can't have the money to squishy collect, I wouldn't even bother, because it's not fun when you buy one squishy and that's it. Like when I first started, that's kind of how it was, and it wasn't as fun. But when you can do a splurge of squishies, by the way, I have a gobstopper in my mouth, just so if you're bothered by my tasting, that's what I'm tasting. But if you're bothered how much squishies actually cost, just understand that it does cost money to make these, and actually technically you are making people have a living buying squishies. So it isn't always a lost cause buying squishies, which a lot of people say that it is, but it isn't. So I think that's roughly how much, like, that's all the squishies I recommend besides Vlampo. This is my last one. I don't have very many Vlampo squishies, but the ones I have had are super squishy and slow rising, and they aren't as expensive as iBloom or Creamy Candy or Polly. They're not as expensive. So if you are going to buy a licensed squishy, I do recommend this one. Just because it also smells really good. And it also was like one of my like first Vlampo squishies in my collection. So I do recommend this one too, just because it was like super, super soft. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry about my setup. I always change it, but I do like my setup now, because where I am, I'm at a desk. So everything that I have is like right here, so I can actually like, it's in reaching distance, rather than having everything near my window and trying to reach for it, because you guys have seen how rough they look like when I try to reach for them. But thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, guys. Bye.